Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. My guest today is Tim Phillips. He is a clarinet professor at Troy University and here talking about clarinets and Clarinet Day. Thank you for joining me here today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
And as I mentioned, it is Clarinet Day. It's coming up here soon. And what better guest to have than the professor of clarinet and the organizer of the event. So Tim, tell us a little bit about Clarinet Day and what this means at Troy University.
All right, well, this will be our 12th annual Troy University Clarinet Day. Clarinet Day kind of has two components. We have high school students that come in from Alabama, Georgia, Florida, sometimes further away. We even had a student from Missouri one time come all the way here for Clarinet Day. And they play in a big clarinet choir with the college students here at Troy University. So that's part of it. But also we have guest artists that come in from various parts of the world. This year we have a guest artist from Poland, and we have the principal clarinetist of the Nashville Symphony, who will be here to play recitals and do master classes. So the kids during the day are kind of going back and forth between rehearsing with the clarinet choir and going to hear these amazing concerts and master classes.
And bringing these well-known and sometimes world-renowned clarinetists to campus, I would say presents a unique opportunity for some of these students who probably don't have that kind of interaction on a regular basis.
Absolutely, and I was talking to some of my students about this recently. I never, when I was in high school, and I was a good clarinet player, I did a lot of things in the area where I grew up, and it's a big city, I never heard clarinet playing of the level that we bring here for Troy University Clarinet Day. So these kids come, and it's amazing for them to be able to hear this level of artistry and realize that it's actually attainable.
And another element of that, and we'll get back to talking about some of the educational opportunities, but the clarinet choir. And I would say, in addition to hearing from these artists, the opportunity to play with other clarinetists. I mean, that's something that I guarantee you that a lot of these students that have come, and you know more than I do, have an opportunity to do, because how often do you get a large group of clarinets together to play at one time?
Yeah, at most high schools, maybe they have 10 clarinets, something like that. And they come and play in the big clarinet choir here, and we'll have as many as 70 students in this clarinet choir. It's like a band, but clarinet, all clarinet. So they'll spread out in various parts of the ensemble, and then the college students will go and sit among them so that the college students can help them if they don't understand something. And it's a really cool sound because we have like 8 to 10 bass clarinets back there, which you don't hear that very often. And we play a lot of some band music that's been transcribed for clarinet choir for the final concert.
And a lot of people may not realize that. They think of a clarinet and it's just this instrument, but don't realize that there are various different types of clarinets, which makes that clarinet choir kind of a unique experience because of the variety of clarinets that can be played all at one time.
Yeah, absolutely. We have bass clarinets, B-flat clarinets, which is the traditional one that Benny Goodman played. Everybody knows that one. And then the E-flat clarinet, which is shorter and much higher in pitch. And it's a kind of an interesting, beautiful thing. And this year we're going to have some percussion playing in the back with our high school students. We're doing one original transcription by one of our students here at Troy University on that final concert. So it's a pretty cool experience.
And you mentioned there that there's an opportunity that the college students are going to be kind of dispersed amongst these students, and I know that's got to be an interesting dynamic to see for these high school students to be working side by side with college students who are learning clarinet from you on a regular basis. But I guess it also presents some interesting opportunities to kind of get an idea of where these high school students can take it to the next level.
Yeah, exactly. They hear some of my students and they're like, wow, that's amazing. Or they'll hear some of my students and say, you know what, I think I might be able to do that in a couple of years if I work a little bit harder. And it's also cool because they get to interact. And so if any students have questions about Troy University, my students will answer those questions, and we eat at the cafeteria together at lunchtime. So it's a really good way for the kids to see what it's like to be a band student at Troy University.
And do you see a lot of these students that come for Clarinet Day end up making the jump and coming to Troy? Do you see a lot of that in recruiting possibility there?
Absolutely. I don't get that data every year, but 2 years ago we had 25 high school seniors come to Clarinet Day, and every one of them came to Troy University.
That's a lot of clarinets.
Yeah.
And a lot of opportunities for you as well there. Now, if anyone is interested, there's still an opportunity for them to get involved with Clarinet Day. It's this weekend, correct?
That's right, yeah.
Talk about when and where and how they can get involved. So.
Okay, it's on Saturday, March 30th, and registration is between 8 and 9 a.m. at John M. Long Hall. And Clarinet Day lasts all day. There's a final concert at 5:30. It should be over by 6:30, and then we eat cake and go home. So it's a great thing. Now the students many of them have registered, pre-registered, and they've gotten letters and they've sent it to me and they've emailed it to me. But if there are any students who are interested in coming, we've never turned anybody away from Clarinet Day, so they can register on the morning of the event.
All right.
That pre-registration just tells us how many lunch tickets to get roughly.
So if they want to come Saturday morning and show up with their clarinet, they're welcome to come.
Yes, and I expect that to happen. There will be people coming.
There will be coming last
For
night.
sure.
All right,
Yep.
well, thank you for joining us today and tell us about Clarinet Day. So thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.